My manager texted, "If you speak about the warehouse incident, you'll regret it." I said, "I already reported everything." He thought fear would keep me quiet, but by the next morning inspectors were inside the building and everything he tried to hide started collapsing in real time. Original post: I'm Ethan Miller, 33, from Columbus, Ohio. And I used to believe bravery was about staying quiet, doing your job, and not making problems for yourself. I worked at Northgate Distribution Center, a massive warehouse operation on the edge of the city. Long shifts, loud machinery, constant pressure to keep things moving no matter what. I was a logistics coordinator, not management, not labor, somewhere in between. I handled schedules, reports, and communication between departments, which usually meant cleaning up other people's mistakes. That's where I met Kyle Brennan, my manager, confident, controlled, the kind of man who never raised his voice because he didn't need to. At first, everything looked normal. Then I started noticing inconsistencies. Safety logs were too clean, too perfect. Incident reports disappeared within hours. Equipment maintenance records were marked completed before anyone even touched the machines. I told myself it wasn't my place to question it. That was mistake number one. The first real incident happened on a Tuesday morning. A forklift misload in aisle 6. A worker, Daniel Reyes, got pinned during a pallet shift, fractured arm, possible concussion. It wasn't fatal, but it should have triggered a full safety shutdown. Instead, Kyle walked in, looked at the scene, and said something I'll never forget. "Clear it before corporate hears about it." No concern. No urgency, just control. A coworker whispered, "That's how it always goes." That night, Kyle pulled me aside near the loading dock, empty area. "No cameras in that corner," he said, calm as ever. "Don't include this in your report." I asked, "A man got injured." He nodded, then said, "And you're not paid to decide how we handle it." Then he leaned closer and added, "If you know what's good for you, don't speak about what happened in the warehouse." I didn't answer. I should have. Update 1: 2 days later, Daniel was back on shift, arm in a sling, quiet, avoiding everyone. I asked him why he came back so soon. He said, "They told me I'd lose my job if I didn't." That changed something in me. I started looking closer, and I found patterns. Incident reports rewritten within hours, safety checks pre-signed, camera logs that skipped entire time blocks. I pulled up the system after hours, and I saw something worse. Files weren't just missing. They were overwritten with clean duplicates, like nothing had ever gone wrong. I called Marcus Hale from IT Logistics. He went silent when I asked about it. Then he said, "Stop digging into that." Not a warning, a fear response. That night, Kyle called a floor meeting. He stood in front of everyone and said, "We handle our own problems here. No outside escalation, no unnecessary reporting." Then his eyes landed on me, just for a second. That was enough. After the meeting, Jenna from operations pulled me aside. She said, "You're on his radar now." I asked, "What does that mean?" She replied, "It means he decides how long you stay comfortable here." That night, I downloaded everything I could: backup logs, archived reports, internal safety data. I told myself it was just precaution, but deep down, I knew it was something else. It was proof. Update 2-3 days later, HR called me in. Paula Jennings, cold tone, no eye contact. She slid a document across the desk. "Unauthorized access to internal systems." I laughed once, because I knew exactly what this was. Kyle had moved faster than I expected. She said, "We're reassigning you to night logistics." Isolation shift. Less visibility. Less credibility. Controlled silence. I left the office knowing I was being pushed out, but Marcus was waiting outside. He handed me a USB drive. He said, "I shouldn't be doing this." I asked, "What is it?" He replied, "Everything they've been hiding." That night I opened it. Hours of footage, dozens of altered reports, safety violations buried under edits. And then I saw it. A forklift near collision that should have shut down the entire warehouse. Kyle on camera, watching it happen, walking away, not reporting it, not stopping it, just letting it continue. That was the moment everything shifted, because this wasn't negligence. It was pattern, systematic, repeated, intentional. I wasn't shaking from fear anymore. I was shaking from clarity. Final update: the breaking point came during a night shift inspection. Another collapse. 2 injured workers. 1 serious. And again, Kyle's first instinct wasn't safety, it was containment. Make sure corporate doesn't hear. That was it. That was the line. I stepped away from him and walked straight to my office. I didn't hesitate this time. I contacted OSHA, everything, logs, videos, screenshots. Internal files Marcus gave me, all of it. The next morning, inspectors arrived, not internal HR, external federal investigators. The warehouse went silent. Machines stopped. People stopped talking mid-sentence. Kyle tried to stay calm, but I saw it, that shift in his expression when control finally slipped. By noon, operations were suspended. By week's end, the investigation expanded beyond one site. Patterns appeared across multiple facilities. Same behavior, same suppression, same system. Kyle was placed on leave, then terminated, then investigated further. And suddenly, everyone who had been silent started talking. Marcus testified, Jenna testified, even Daniel came forward. That was the part I didn't expect. Bravery spreads faster than fear when someone breaks the silence first. Months later, new safety systems were implemented. External audits, mandatory reporting protections, real oversight. I was offered a promotion. I didn't accept it immediately. I needed distance. Because I kept thinking about that one sentence Kyle said to me in the warehouse, "Don't speak about what happened." He wasn't protecting the company. He was protecting the silence. And silence is powerful until someone breaks it. Now I work in compliance for a different company. Safer environment, clear accountability, and I think about bravery differently now. It's not loud. It's not dramatic. It's not instant. It's the moment you decide fear is no longer in charge of your voice. Even when your hands shake. Even when you might lose something. Especially then. Because silence protects systems like that, and speaking breaks them. If this story resonated with you, make sure to subscribe, like, and share it. And comment if you've ever been in a situation where speaking up felt dangerous, or if you think you would have stayed silent.